Sports pregame show.
Good evening, sports fans. This is 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny Smith. Tonight, it'll be the Philadelphia 76ers going up against the Sacramento Kings. Well, for Sacramento, they've gone 4-1 over the last 5, playing pretty well, and they're looking to build on that tonight. So we're right around halfway through the season. Jack, a lot of trade discussions happening. What are your keys to making a great deal?
Well, it depends on your goal. You want to win now? You want to win later? A combination of both. Does your analysis ever make changes out of emotion?
Well, acquiring players that fit your system. You have to have a system first. That's the key. And if your trade looks too good to be true, it probably is.
I meant to say, do your analysis, never make changes out of emotion.
Okay.
See, I was emotional when I was talking about it.
Well, I heard you. I understood it. I understood
All right.
it.
You did?
Not really, but.
Me either. And now with the tip-off coming up shortly, it's time to send it to Kevin Harlan for the call.
It's game time in Philadelphia as the crowds at Wells Fargo Center look to cheer on the 76ers. There's no better time of year than the holidays for NBA basketball on 2K Sports. Welcome, everyone. This is Kevin Harlan courtside with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg, and our reporter tonight on the sideline, David Aldridge. And, of course, Jason Tatum. They'll need someone to fill his role.
And as shocked as people are that they would trade away a player of his caliber, they didn't just let him go for nothing. I mean, they got a lot in return. I think it's a deal that's going to really help them down the road.
Clark, a few teams at this point in the season have battled through back-to-back games. Just how hard is that on the body to play in consecutive nights in this league?
As I recall, Kevin, it wasn't terribly difficult. As a matter of fact, I kind of enjoyed it. You could either get the bad taste of a loss out of your mouth quickly by playing another game. You didn't have to really practice. There's some energy concerns, obviously, but when you're well-rested and excited about playing, you find the energy. But I do believe there's studies that show there's a greater probability for injury the more back-to-back games that you have. That's one of the reasons the league has sought to minimize the number of back-to-back games across the schedule.
Let's take a look at our starters for Sacramento. We've got Bagley. Young is out there with Chris Middleton. Then there's DeMarcus Cousins, and it's Antetokounmpo in at the 3. Simmons on the wing over Young. Bagley with the rebound. Here's Sacramento. Now here's Antetokounmpo over Jackson. Down it goes. Nice one there from Antetokounmpo. Antetokounmpo's got the first points on the scoreboard for the Kings. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Fred Hoiberg gave me a few minutes to catch up with him. We talked about keys to the game, and he thinks shot blocking has to be even more important. He said, look, we want to keep them out front as much as possible, but with our length and timing, we can protect the rim if they break us down. Kevin, he hopes that strategy will help them get their second win in this season series. Back to you.
David, thank you. Do you think that's the right approach, guys?
I don't think it's ever wrong to focus on defense first. It sets a tone that can last for an entire game.
Yeah, that's the most surefire approach to use, guys. I mean, because they don't want to get into a shootout today. I mean, if this becomes a defensive battle, they'd really enjoy that.
Now, here is Young. Ivan Bagley missing his last shot. And the slam dunk by Antetokounmpo.
How about the vision from the crafty little guard? Young excels at realizing when his guys have clean looks.
Booker the pass to Simmons. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. Ben Simmons, such a force when catching the ball, moving at the rim. But you know, Clark, he can get there on his own just as well.
He's got a great knack for being able to get where he wants to with the ball. His size and strength and agility certainly help him. and he understands angles. This guy is just a jump shot away from being virtually unguardable, in my opinion. 2 shots.
That's good from Simmons.
And the Australian Simmons is a star in the making thanks to his extremely versatile and high-level skill set and big frame.
That's also good, so he hits both free throws. With the amount of characters and personalities on this Sixers team, Clark, you can't help but notice the attitude they play with.
Yeah, they play with edge. They play with brashness. Some would say arrogance, but all of the championship teams have some element of that, and that's where they're looking to go. On occasion, if their emotions get out of whack, it could get them in trouble, but I think they'll learn as they grow to tone that down and use it in a positive way.
Yeah, and Bagley has the reputation for showing variety, can score in a different way on each possession.
Releases from 15, shots good by Simmons.
And his presence as a scorer, it just has a calming effect for the rest of the team. He's a fallback option whenever they need him.
Now here's Cousins. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against the Wizards in Washington.
Yeah, but the rebounding in that game as well was just tremendous. I mean, he dominated the backcourt.
Solid read from Embiid there. Terrific at anticipating when that shot is coming.
No good from Booker.
That's another miss. Already they've missed 3 out of 4 to start.
Here's Antetokounmpo. Good. And it's Cousins picking up the assist. 6 points for Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Yeah, good awareness there. He sees an opening and doesn't hesitate.
Boy, it's a thing of beauty watching him attack the defense like that. I mean, they wanted no part of him on that layup.
No good from Simmons.
No doubt it's been a bit of a struggle for him here in this quarter in terms of scoring.
Bagley, no good. And Simmons has got the ball here for the 76ers. 4-point game. They put up a nice win against Detroit the last time out.
Well, that was a very physical game, and I think that plays into their hands. So a lot of their points came at the foul line.
And it also led to a lot of foul trouble for some of the key guys they were up against. So we can't forget about that part of it either.
Now, here's Antetokounmpo. No good.
That's what we're talking about in terms of the activity level defensively. You got to protect the rim.
Textbook defense all around. Nice job at contesting the shot without fouling, and that's how you do it. Well done.
Timeout is called. First of the game for Sacramento. Their last encounter was in Sacramento.
And the previous meeting was a win for them and a huge day for the bench. The reserves really stepped it up with their scoring.
Greg, we know how important it is when you can go to your reserves without much drop-off in production. It gives you a big advantage. I know they'd love to see that again tonight.
And Young kicks to Cousins. And Cousins throws it down.
Yeah, dynamic finish by Cousins. Not a freak athlete, but he's a gamer for sure.
For Philadelphia, they've gone 3 of 7 from the field since we've gotten underway. Simmons with it, and Young picks him up defensively. Jackson misses. The Kings leading. Middleton the pass to Bagley. Kicks it to Cousins. Some nice ball movement here by the Kings. Young finds Antetokounmpo. 6 to shoot. Puts it up from 17. And Derek Favors pulls it down.
This has been a rough, turbulent outing for him so far. Fortunately, the rest of his team has bailed him out.
Over to the wing. Embiid, the pass to Simmons. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Simmons. So it's Sacramento. Bagley with the ball. He's coming off a 16-point game against Washington.
And he also controlled the backboard as well. I mean, he really did a terrific job.
Shots good from Young.
And this is why Young is so dangerous. He just gets that shot off so fast before the defense can react.
And the 76ers decide to take their first time out here.
And when you take a look at that shot chart, the amount of misses lately, really unbelievable.
Yeah, a lot of blanks there. Can't hit a thing. Has to be deflating.
Several teams changing it up here.
And now look at Robert Covington. How's the last month of basketball been for him? He's averaging 11 points a game, 3 rebounds, and 2 assists. And some pretty good numbers, guys. He's certainly making a contribution.
Better than expected. He still has a ways to go, but I like what I'm seeing right now.
Now here's Favors. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. And there it is for him.
Hey, you can sink these with your eyes closed or blindfolded. So close, so deep inside. Great bucket.
Here's Antetokounmpo. 3-point lead. And that's basket number 4. He's taken 9 shots to this point.
Just off the charts, incredible athleticism from Antetokounmpo. Fending off contact like a real pro.
Dedmon. And he uses the glass on the layup.
Yeah, another nice bucket down low. They've really been able to work the ball into the post effectively here so far.
Now, here is Young. 17 points for him last game against the Wizards in Washington. Marjanovic with it. Dedmon's there. Passes it to Antetokounmpo. 4 on the clock. A fader. It's Dedmon with the rebound. The 76ers trail by 3. Feeds to Favors. And then Favors with the dunk.
Flying high and throwing it down with the one-hander.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys.
Does it as well as anybody, fellas. Tremendous skill while in the air.
Not quite enough defense that time around. Just lucky he was off.
Here's Covington. He shoots again, and it's Favors laying it in. Favors has got 6.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Well, I agree with you. 4 of their last 5 baskets have been exactly of that variety.
Pass to Bull. Out of bounds. Philadelphia takes possession. And we've got a chance now to get caught up on how the standings are looking in the West as we make the push through midseason. We take a look at the Suns. They've been in peak form as we've watched them play some tremendous basketball with an eye toward the postseason. And, of course, Sacramento, 5.5 games behind.
Yeah, you know, for the Kings, as talented a team as they are, has performed at a very high level this season. Everything's gone according to plan up to this point.
And they're not a team that other teams look forward to facing. They're only going to get scarier the deeper into the season we get.
And now you see them starting to really work the ball inside.
Hield kicks to Young. That's in. He's got 2 made now, and he's shooting 2 for 3.
You gotta like seeing this from Young, wanting to prove he's more than just a jump shooter.
Simmons with it, and Young picks him up defensively. Here's Covington, and 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. It goes on Giannis Antetokounmpo.
And watching Robert Covington and how he plays out there, great 3-and-D guy, the ultimate role player on a team, and he just gels well with his teammates and doesn't force shots.
2 shots.
First free throw is good. And Greg with Covington, he makes a point with his game to take what the defense gives him.
And sometimes that means Covington will go nights where he shoots very little. He's okay with that. He's focused on efficiency and making the best decision for the team. Only cares about wins and a true team player.
And both free throws good for Covington. Dribble drive has never gone out of style. Still a primary weapon when you think about some of the guys who are best at that. Who comes to mind, Clark?
Man, there are a lot of guys that convert off the bounce at a high level. LeBron James, Kyrie Irving, one of the very best. I don't know if anybody has a handle as sweet as his. Harden is terrific off the dribble with the drive or the pull-up jump shot. Dennis Schroeder, maybe not of the ilk of those guys, but certainly a handful when he's got the ball in his hands with a live dribble.
Here's Bol. He's coming off a 10-point game against the Wizards in Washington.
And he also made an impact on defense, guys. 3 blocked shots over the course of the game.
With a break in the action, let's take a peek at the top rebounding teams in the NBA this season. The 76ers in second.
You know, it's not necessarily a glamour stat, but make no mistake, their top-notch board work has been a huge key to their success.
And he makes the first. That one is no good.
Well, you have to like their work on the boards, Kevin, particularly here to start the game.
Yeah, I like the way they're setting the tone. Really playing with a lot of energy here at the start.
Now, here is Young. He's got 5. Pass to Hield. Antetokounmpo against Covington. Now, here's Antetokounmpo. He's tightly guarded. He gets it in there.
The patience that Antetokounmpo plays with is really impressive for such a young guy. I mean, he doesn't rush anything.
And that one's good by Favors.
5 of 5 to start. I think he's in a zone.
I think they've got to consider, Greg, throwing a few different looks his way early on, especially if he keeps shooting like this.
Now a timeout called by Sacramento.
Yeah, just hitting the reset button, a chance to kind of talk some things over.
Yeah, recalibration time with the timeout call there.
All right, a chance to check out stats for B. Unbelievable play for him over the last month. Second in blocks. And don't forget, top 20 in the league in rebounds per game. He's got a great nose for the ball.
And as you said, one rung below the leader in block shots. Tremendous motor. He's simply been destroying opponents in the lane.
How about the court vision of Middleton? Just so good at finding the open man.
And so Ulis will bring it up for Philadelphia. The dish to Embiid, and it falls over the rim and in. And the 76ers lead by 2.
Embiid really good at shooting in rhythm off the catch.
And Middleton kicks to Cousins. To the middle. Here's Bol. Second chance shot. That one drops for him. Bol's got the game tied up here for Sacramento.
Boy, I like how fast, how quickly he went up with the shot, realizing that his man had no chance.
Embiid dishes to Covington. Outside Jackson. Embiid inside. Cousins is there. Shot clock at 5. Covington finds Embiid. And it's good. The time running down on the shot clock. Embiid's got his second basket of the night.
And, you know, pressure doesn't get to Embiid. Nice job there recognizing the shot clock was winding down.
The pass to Middleton. Lets the 3 fly. Rebound by the 76ers. Inside. Booker gets to the rim for 2 with the D all over him. And now a 4-point 76ers lead. So for Sacramento, their last game, a loss to Washington. Hield kicks to Cousins.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be because he is so strong in the paint.
And he gets the bucket.
Just impressed with the teamwork out there, setting the table for one another.
5 straight baskets, Greg, resulting from assists. They're playing as one unit out there.
Sacramento with the ball after the Sixers pick up 2. And that one's good. Cousins.
You know, I really enjoy watching Cousins go to work deep inside. I mean, it feels like, to me, nobody can guard him down there.
Passes it to Covington. Launches a 3. And it's rebounded by DeMarcus Cousins. The Kings trail by 4. Inside, here's Bol. Hield outside. Unloads. His first attempt of the game finds the target. Just 4 seconds left to play here in the first. From deep. No good on the last second attempt there. It's been all about Derek Favors for the Philadelphia 76ers. Scoring, rebounding. He was all over the place during that quarter. They are riding his performance right now. We'll take a quick break and then back to the action here. Devin Booker talks about the great intangibles of his young teammate, Josh Jackson.
Plays super hard. He does everything out there. His instincts are incredible. I've never seen anything like it. Just defensively and offensively, just knows where to be at the right time. Gets his hands on a lot of loose balls.
A nice swing pairing for sure. Booker providing offense and Greg Jackson known for his defense.
And a young team hungry for improvement. Kevin, they're both looking to be a big part of that.
And getting going again here in the second quarter. Fairly close game so far. And looking at what we've seen so far, guys, from the 76ers, what are your thoughts?
For me, that defense in the first period, just tremendous shot blocking.
Yeah, it's been impressive for me too, Greg. I mean, they've snuffed out a lot of shots, and I think they've had an intimidating effect on the opponent.
On the floor for Sacramento, Bagley is out there with B. Then it's Chris Middleton. Then it's Hield. To the inside. Out of bounds. Philadelphia takes possession. And now a chance to see what's coming up for the Philadelphia 76ers. On Wednesday, they'll face off against Jimmy Butler and the Atlanta Hawks. And then on Friday, they'll be taking on Klay Thompson and the Milwaukee Bucks.
And going up against the Pelicans, this is one where it would take a complete meltdown for them not to come away with the win. Anything can happen, but I'd be shocked if they don't come out on top.
And it's blocked.
And a skilled shot blocker to boot. Love how Bagley uses that height and reach to stifle shooters.
And finished off by Bagley.
And great effort on the boards, and what a move that was, Kevin. I mean, you just will not see him ever quit on a play.
That guy is a handful. You've got to have a body on him at all times.
And you know what? Sometimes that's not even enough. He'll go around, over, or through you to get to the pumpkin.
And Sacramento has possession following the miss by Tyler Ulis. Here's Middleton. After 2 misses to start the game, he's on the board with that shot made.
Man, I tell you what, Middleton does a nice job using his length inside. You know, when he gets in a good spot, he's a high percentage shooter from there.
Now, here's Ulis. He's still scoreless so far in this one. It's tipped. Stolen by Middleton. Here's Hield. Doesn't go for him. Some solid defense there from Jackson. Covington passes to Dedmon, and Dedmon throws it down.
Unselfishness, always admirable in a basketball player, and Covington consistent at giving it up when one of his teammates is open.
Middleton on the wing. Pass to Bol. Back to Middleton. Lets a floater go. He takes it up and lays it in. Middleton's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Oh, perfect timing there to knock down the teardrop.
And Chris Middleton, 39th overall pick back in 2012, a throw-in in the Brandon Knight, Brandon Jennings trade. Yet, Clark, you know, you look back and he was the best player by far in that deal.
Kevin, a player's individual journey of development is hard to predict. He's now one of the best two-way wings in the league, and I think he surprised a lot of people, but it's a credit to his work ethic and his skill level.
Here's Hield after the Sixers pick up 2. Clock at 6. Banked in off the glass. Hield's got his second basket of the night.
Those defenders just look a little bit gassed. I mean, they're getting pushed around on that low block.
Ulis looking it over. Pass to Covington. Jackson kicks to Booker. From the arc. That shot off. And Sacramento will go the other way with it. Defeated by the Wizards in their last game, they'll try to put that one behind them.
Yeah, we saw no matter what they tried offensively, the opponent just had the answer.
Yep, they sure did. Seemed like they had them completely figured out, hammered them with their aggressive defense throughout the game.
Here's Dedmon following the basket by Chris Middleton. No good from Booker.
And you know what? He's just not on his game, no doubt about it. Their deficit isn't totally on him, but he has not been an asset for his team.
To the paint, and that's out of bounds. Sacramento will retain possession. The three-point game, such a big part of the NBA. Let's see the best teams at it. The Kings in second.
No doubt they have snipers on that roster, that's for sure. It's been a terrific year for them from beyond the arc.
Hield from outside. Bagley, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. Now it's a 6-point Sacramento lead.
And how about the persistence on the backboard? Love how hard Bagley works on the offensive glass. Wants to outwork everybody.
And Philadelphia calls time here. A lot of coaches out there, Clark, wear their emotions very prominently on their sleeve. Others take the calm, cool approach as a player. Was there a particular style that you preferred?
Yeah, my preference was cool, calm, be direct, be firm, but not necessarily overly emotional. And in my short stint with the Pacers, Jack McKinney was more of the cool and calm approach. He was excitable, but a little bit even-keeled. George was a little more emotional, but still, I enjoyed playing for both of them because I think I was clear in that they were trying to get the best out of me and the best out of the team.
Good way to look at it. Some changes here for the 76ers. Embiid, he's checked in for Dwayne Dedmon. Favors comes in for Jackson. And it's Ben Simmons in for Devin Booker. Now here's Simmons. He had 22 points in the win against Detroit.
And he passed the ball so well in that game, keeping everybody involved, even as he was racking up all those points.
The second he got around the pick and shook his man, it was straight to the bucket for the easy deuce. Very, very well done.
Here's Bol, guarded by Embiid, and Antetokounmpo. Good for his 6th make in a dozen attempts, shooting 50% with that basket.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
Everybody on the same page, completely in sync, tremendous communication and awareness.
Now here's Simmons, checking some stats on him right now. He's averaging just around 22.5 points a game.
A good board there, Kevin, but overall they're getting slightly out-rebounded.
And that's a good place to start if you're going to try to find your way back into this game. Get to work on the glass.
Ulis with it, covered by Hield. Ulis kicks to Covington. 5 to shoot. The 76ers need to get off a shot. There's Ulis. 3-pointers off the mark. And here are the Kings now. They're on a 14-6 run. And stolen by Simmons. Bobbed up there for Embiid.
You got to recognize Simmons is a pass-first guy, which is why you can't leave somebody open around him.
Sacramento leading by 4. Young finds Hield. Back to Young. Back to Hield. There's the triple. Drills it from outside. Hield's got 7 points.
How can you forget about him? I mean, he's not going to miss that open of a look.
Here's Simmons on the mark with the 15-footer.
That, to me, is good use of the mid-range J by Simmons, taking whatever the defense gives him out there.
The pass to Bull. And stolen by Simmons. Now, here's Ulis, covered by Hield. Ulis passes to Simmons. There's Ulis, covered by Hield. Hooked it in with the hook. 8 points for Ben Simmons.
Boy, what skill from Simmons. I mean, so adept at reading the defense and exploiting them in the paint.
And Young kicks to Antetokounmpo. Passes it to Cousins. Shoots over Covington. It's hauled in by the 76ers. Embiid's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Here's Simmons, and that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Simmons.
A moment here to see some stats for DeMarcus Cousins. The past month has been surreal. Getting around 12 points a game, 10 rebounds, and 2 assists. And his rebounding is what's most impressive. He's shown tremendous determination on the backboard.
And it's a big asset for this team. I mean, he blocks out on the defensive glass, and then he keeps balls alive at the offensive end.
And he gets contact and the whistle on the shot. 2 shots coming up.
A chance here, Kevin, to take a look at the 76ers and how they rank in the NBA right now.
And guys, you can't say enough about how well they've rebounded. So often, it's swung the possession battle in their favor, and that's really had a huge impact.
And he makes the first. Both good from the line that time. And Philadelphia has possession. And here is Simmons. 8 points for him. To the middle. No good on the shot. Some solid defense from Antetokounmpo. Pass to Bull. And Embiid pulls it down. Embiid's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Ulis passes to Simmons. Takes the 13-footer. They get it back. Out that one, the Sacramento leaders can cut down to 3 on the bucket from Favors.
And that's exactly why you got to box him out, because when you don't, that's what happens. He burns you on the glass.
Now a timeout called by Sacramento. Changes for Philadelphia. Josh Jackson comes in for Robert Covington. And it's Devin Booker in for Tyler Ulis. Bagley, he's checked in for Sacramento. Chris Middleton comes in for Hield. Now here's Antetokounmpo coming in off a 21-point game his last outing.
Hey, you know, in the age of analytics, there's a ton of talk about player efficiency these days. And as we can see by Antetokounmpo's performance tonight, his efficiency, extraordinary.
No good from Simmons. And so Cousins will bring it up for the Sacramento Kings, leading by 5. And this game is done. They'll be off to Miami to take on the Heat. That will conclude a 5-game road trip for them.
And they're right around 50% for the game on their threes, and they've only gotten better as the game's gone on.
Pass to Simmons. On the wing, Jackson. From downtown, Bagley with the rebound.
Kevin, you can understand the shot selection. I mean, he wanted to go back at him and just came up short on the triple.
That one goes. Count it.
I like the fact that Middleton can get the shot he wants because of his ball handling ability.
They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Here's Simmons. Good. And a nice assist from Booker. Simmons got 10 points. Kings leading now by 8. Outside, Antetokounmpo. Dishes it to Bagley. Simmons against Young. 20 feet out. And it's Philadelphia with the rebound.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
It's stolen by Antetokounmpo. Young dishes to Antetokounmpo. Count it. Bagley's got the lead up to 10 now for Sacramento.
And now he's taken a solid opening in the quarter and built on it here in the second. And from everything you hear about Giannis Antetokounmpo, he keeps a laser focus. Basketball and his family are his sole preoccupations.
Now here's Booker. He's got 6. Lock at 6. Embiid against Cousins. Embiid, no good.
Yeah, and a dangerous trend here as they're starting to live and die with outside jumpers.
Really good point, Greg. I mean, you want to keep that balance, and attacking inside creates space for shooters, and having shooters creates opportunities inside, so it works hand in glove.
Kicks it down to Middleton. Here's Young, and there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. And the Eastern Conference has been fun to watch. A lot of focus as always this year. And as we hit the midseason surge, let's check out the standings and how they're shaping up. You look at Boston, and not a surprise really to see them sitting there in the #1 spot in the conference. The excellent brand of basketball they've been putting on display lately has been terrific. And of course, the Philadelphia 76ers, a game and a half out.
And I think for the 76ers, as talented a team as they are, has performed at a very high level this season. Everything's gone according to plan up to this point.
And they're not a team that other teams look forward to facing. They're only going to get scarier the deeper into the season we get.
Now here's Jackson after the miss from Trae Young. Here's Embiid, and it's Sacramento with the rebound. Cousins has got his 6th rebound on the night. He feeds it to Antetokounmpo. Now 8 seconds separating the 2 clocks. Philadelphia moving the ball around. And it's in there. Simmons got it back down to single digits for Philadelphia.
Outstanding focus that time by Simmons. Nothing really rattles this guy. He's unflappable, even when he's getting bodied by the defense like that.
Now here's Antetokounmpo. 14 points for him. He kicks it to Young. For 3. The three-pointer is right on target. Young's got 6 in the quarter.
And yes, sometimes Young can't be stopped. This is the kind of player he can be.
And so we conclude the first half. Kings ahead as they wrap up the second quarter on a 14-6 run. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thank you, Kevin. Here with Chris Middleton. Chris, a big effort from you guys in the first half. How do you keep that momentum going?
Come out with energy, just try to keep pushing the ball and get stops.
We know that's Coach's emphasis, Chris. Thanks a lot. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, Dave, thank you. And time now for the halftime break with the third quarter soon to follow right here on 2K Sports. And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hi again, everyone. I'm Ernie Johnson, sitting alongside the Diesel and the Jet. Welcome to the halftime show on 2K Sports. A tremendous game we're seeing from Giannis Antetokounmpo. He had 14 points, 2 rebounds, and 1 assist. Shaq, how did you think the Kings were playing?
You got to like their offense efficiency. They were patient, took good shots. That was reflected in their high field goal percentage. They just need to keep playing smart in the second half and close this thing out. Don't get cute now.
And Kenny, your take on Philadelphia.
Their inaccuracy from behind the arc was brutal. Shot selection, I didn't see any. The perimeter offense they're running, you could scrap that. They need to get back to the basics. Pound it inside, more pick and roll. Try to pick up some easy buckets in transition.
And that wraps up the halftime show. Third quarter set to begin in just a few.
Downtown Philadelphia, as seen from high above. Welcome back to the Cradle of Liberty, as we like to call it here on 2K, here in eastern Pennsylvania. And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. If you look at Antetokounmpo in this game, has been everywhere.
And through the first 2 periods, it seemed he got to the paint whenever he wanted to, just a slasher's mentality.
Yeah, you know, good things happen when he cuts to the rim, Greg, and you cut into the heart of the defense like that, makes things easy.
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. We got Ben Simmons. Favors is out there with Embiid. Then it's Josh Jackson. And it's Booker in at the 2 spot. That's the group on the floor for Philadelphia. Kings leading now by 9. Inside, Cousins. The shot, no good. Good D by Embiid. Middleton against Booker. Inside, and a slam dunk by Favors.
And no doubt they'd love to see him get a lot more of those opportunities.
And that deficit will go away quickly if he does, Greg.
Well, I like the way he capped off that drive. The one-hand hole punch.
Now, here is Young. Middleton outside. From 15 feet away, and good, as it just snugs right down through the net.
Well, I like the fact that Middleton takes advantage of the mid-range jump shot. When he gets room to pull the trigger from there, he's taking it, and he's almost automatic.
No coverage that time. 16 points for Ben Simmons.
Up and in on every one of their first 3 shots to start the second half.
Young against Simmons. Here's Cousins. And that one is good. Cousins has got 6.
And, you know, DeMarcus Cousins is used to playing through contact. I mean, he's excellent at overwhelming the defense with his strength.
With 3, Booker drains the 3-pointer.
They are on fire right now. That's 4 straight makes.
And so Young will bring it up for Sacramento. They've led by as many as 11 points. And yep, that's going to be a flagrant foul. Unnecessary contact.
And Kevin, that's a pretty dangerous play right there. I mean, I don't like to see a player put an opponent in harm's way as much as you just saw him do there. Glad they pinned a flagrant on it.
Yeah, you're right, Greg. The officials were all over it. They weren't going to let him off the hook that time. The first one falls.
As fearless and physical as he is, Boogie gets to the line more than just about anyone.
And so DeMarcus Cousins nails both of them. Two minutes into the second half of play now. Out of bounds. Philadelphia takes possession.
Yeah, and checking out some stats here for Ben Simmons. Tremendous numbers for him over the last 10 games. 6th in scoring, 12th in assists, and with a top 20 ranking in field goal percentage, you put the ball in his hands, and he converts at a remarkable rate.
And you noted it. His points per game average is unreal right now. He's literally propping up the team's offense, scoring whenever they need him to. Poke loose. Embiid finds Booker. Score of the basket is 5th of the game. He's missed 6 shots against those 5 makes.
Wow, 5 straight buckets coming out of half. They are rolling.
Antetokounmpo passes to Cousins. Now, here is Young. Good ball movement here by the Kings. 6 to shoot. And once again off the mark by Sacramento. The 76ers trail by 6. Here's Simmons. Rebound by the Kings. Bagley's got 11 rebounds in the game. Antetokounmpo. And that one is off. Good D by Embiid. The 76ers have gone 5 of 6 so far from the field in the second half. Tremendous efficiency. And Simmons kicks to Jackson. Back to Simmons. Now Middleton. He's got 10. Here's Bagley. And he'll shoot free throws here. Clearly fouled on that shot that time. The whistle blowing. And Philadelphia gets called for the foul.
And he's a real wrecking ball.
Take a break.
Inside. Once Bagley has solid position, you almost have to foul it.
That free throw, no good.
And really the potential Bagley has is so exciting. Just an absolute menace on both ends. And you can tell he wants to be great.
No good at the stripe this time. Second misses also. The 76ers trail by 6. Jackson finds Simmons. Back to Jackson. Here's the 3. Another miss by Philadelphia. Sacramento's gotten a success rate of just over 50% from three-point tonight. 4 of 7 shooting. To the middle. Here's Booker. Great D that time from Middleton.
Oh, great effort there. That's how you defend the paint.
Exactly. Can't play it any better than that, Greg. He's their go-to guy, and when he shoots the ball like he has today, that's what the scoreboard usually looks like.
Philadelphia's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. Here's Simmons. Count it from 12. Simmons got 18 points in the game. Sacramento leading by 6. Antetokounmpo passes to Bagley. Back to Antetokounmpo. Count that bucket. Antetokounmpo's got 4 points this quarter.
And at the offensive end, he's done about as much as they could have hoped for today.
And you might have heard this story about Giannis growing a couple of inches since he was drafted. But how about the strength this kid has added? Under 200 pounds as a rook. He's added a good 35 pounds of muscle through his dedication in the weight room.
There's Embiid. Nice D from Cousins.
And they're controlling the boards, Kevin. That's +5 in that category.
And guys, you know that rebounding is a huge part, a huge component of winning games. It's not a glamorous stat, but it's necessary if you're going to be a winning team.
And you talk about Antetokounmpo's strength, Clark. It serves him well with his attacking style.
No question about it, Kevin. I mean, he used to just try to blow by defenders. Now he'll go right through you. He'll get his weight into you, get you on your heels, and then with that unbelievable reach, you've got no chance.
And Philadelphia calls time here.
And really, whether you're up or down, it's a game of adjustments.
Always. And having a good coach is critically important. I mean, you need somebody you can count on to make the right adjustment.
Here's what Philadelphia's going with right now. Dwayne Dedmon's checked in for Favors. And Robert Covington subbed in for Josh Jackson. Sacramento also making some changes. Marjanovic checked in for Cousins. He comes in for Bagley. And Hield subbed in for Chris Middleton. The 76ers trail by 10. Back to Embiid. It's stolen by Marjanovic. Here's Antetokounmpo. And there's the rebound by Dedmon. For Philadelphia, they've gone 6 of 10 from the field in the third quarter. That bucket in no time at all. Covington's got 7 points.
And, you know, whenever Covington is squaring up like that, he's money. Just an exceptional shooter with range for days.
Now, here is Young. He's got 11. Fires for 3. Rebounded by Covington. The 76ers have gone 7 of 11, a lucky field goal percentage here in the third. Now the feed to Embiid. It's stolen by Marjanovic. Simmons against Young. Hield outside. Here's Antetokounmpo. No good that time. And Philadelphia the other way now. To the paint. Got a piece of it. And now here comes Antetokounmpo leading the break. Here's Marjanovic. And Joel Embiid pulls it down. Embiid's got double-digit rebounds now in the game. Covington kicks to Simmons. Over Young. Oh, and that one had the right spin on it, and it is good. 20 points for Ben Simmons.
I like the variety pack offense that Simmons gives you. A little bit of everything. I mean, and that's huge for his team. When you're guarding him, it's almost pick your poison.
Now, here is Young. Some stats for him. He averages over 21 points a game. Down low. And Simmons slams it in.
Phenomenal timing that time, guys, from Simmons. I mean, leaving the ground once the pass was released and then tearing the basket almost out of the glass.
And a tremendous Unleash Chaos replay coming to you courtesy of Under Armour Cover Hat. Here's Bol after Ben Simmons' bucket kept alive on the pass to Bol. And a great assist by Antetokounmpo as that one goes in. And it's 8 points for B.
Boy, I love the unselfishness there. I mean, if you're open out to Antetokounmpo, make sure you get the ball.
Simmons dishes to Booker. Kicks it to Embiid. To the inside. Count that one. The Sacramento Leaders have cut down to just 4 points with a bucket from Simmons.
And they're passing the ball very crisply here.
Now a timeout called by Sacramento. And there's so much speculation early in Embiid's career if he would even pan out. It's become clear, Clark, that he was worth the wait.
Well, it was all injury-related in terms of the questions because he sat out his first 2 years in the league with some type of injury. Those injury concerns, really the only reason that people question him, the talent, the size, and you love his personality as well. But this guy has tremendous skills, and he's going to be an all-star for years to come if he's healthy.
Scooped up. Marjanovic, and that's good. A nice job on the glass as they pick up 2 on the second effort.
That's the kind of aggressive and assertive play they need as we get closer and closer to crunch time.
Booker against Hield. And it's Simmons penetrating. He dishes it to Embiid, and Ben Simmons picks up the foul. That's his first foul. Sacramento leading by 6. Hield outside. Shoots from the baseline, and it's blocked by Simmons.
Well, you cannot forget about the long reach and wingspan of Simmons. I mean, he uses it exceptionally well on defense to come away with block shots.
And that one, good. Simmons got 14 points here in the second half.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Yeah, I think they've got to ramp up the aggressiveness, Greg. I mean, if they don't, things are just going to get worse from here.
Here's Bol. He's got 8. And Joel Embiid pulls it down. Embiid's got 12 rebounds here tonight. Big time effort. Outside, Simmons. And Booker kicks to Embiid.
And, you once Embiid puts it on the deck, he's hard to stop, which is why the defense ends up fouling.
And let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for Sacramento.
Anytime you get as many points in the paint as they have, you know you've got a good thing going, and you just want to keep it going.
Yeah, and the other thing that they've done well is they've really attacked the gaps of the defense with quick, decisive drives down the lane.
The free throw drops for Embiid.
I tell you, Joel Embiid possesses remarkable talent. I mean, this big guy is graceful and strong. He's a real matchup problem for everybody.
And Embiid drops them both. Here's Hield. He has 7. Passes to Middleton. Bonga. Solid play in the low block, and that one's good.
Huge hole in the defense that possession. He didn't waste any time cutting through it.
Ulis passes to Dedmon. Back to Ulis. Covington against Cousins. Covington dishes to Dedmon. And that'll be Philadelphia as it goes out of bounds. 76ers retain possession. Josh Jackson's checked in for Embiid. We've got 1:48 left in the third. Goes up to the stripe. Rebound by the Kings. They've led by as many as 11 points.
Something that's kept this game close is the fact that the rebound stats for both teams are almost identical.
The battle to a standstill on the boards has really been something to watch, and the game's not over yet. We'll see if one of these teams maintains more energy than the other going down the stretch.
What's up? And how about the strength on display there? Even when you whack Bagley, he's outstanding at fighting through it.
And this is his second trip to the line tonight.
One shot.
The 76ers trail by 7. Covered by Hield. Pass to Covington. He kicks it to Jackson. It's blocked. And now Sacramento on the break. The shot by Middleton. Wide open. And there are the Kings with another bucket.
You've really got to tag Middleton in transition so you have a chance to get in front of him. You know, his speed and athleticism, a lot to deal with if you aren't concentrating on getting back.
And stolen by Cousins. And they're on the break. Stops. Pops. Again, Sacramento.
There's been a change in his game compared to what we saw in the first half. I mean, he's scoring with a lot of confidence now.
To the wing right side. Dedmon passes to Ulis. And the shot goes down. Ulis has got his second basket of the night.
Terrific timing on that pass, placing it in a great spot, ideal spot where his teammate could score.
26 seconds left to play in the third. Hield against Jackson. 5 on the clock. It's good. Hield's got the lead up to 11 now for the Kings.
And that's his go-to move right there in the low post.
Now, here's Ulis. Pass to Jackson. Over Bagley. Again, Philadelphia.
Josh Jackson with the nice J getting better. And it's going to be important that he continue to become a knockdown shooter from here.
And so it's Sacramento in control with a 9-point lead to end the quarter. And they've done a phenomenal job down low. So many of their points coming right at the rim. And we've got more NBA action on 2K Sports coming your way after this break. While we have the chance now, folks, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
For me, next to the big-time alley-oops and monster throwdowns, passes like that are probably the next best thing when it comes to sweet-looking NBA highlights.
Fourth quarter of action is upon us. Thanks, as always, for joining us. Sacramento leading by 9. On the court right now for the Kings. Bagley is out there with Chris Middleton. Then there's Buddy Hield. Then there's B. On the wing, Hield. Guarded by Jackson. Just 5 on the clock. Hield from outside. That one's not going to go. And it's Philadelphia the other way. Middleton against Covington. Inside. And it's blocked. And that's out of bounds. Philadelphia will retain possession. Kings on D. Cans it from downtown. Ulis has got the fourth quarter going with the first basket of the period here for the 76ers. Hield outside. The pass to Middleton. A 3-ball. Gets the 3-pointer to fall.
And that's how you answer back.
Exactly, Greg. I mean, go right back at him. Show him you can shoot from outside all night long.
Now, here's Ulis. Defense is right there. It's hauled in by the Kings. Bagley's got his 16th rebound on the night. Here's Middleton, and that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up.
Well, you want to talk about the smoothest players in the league? You can't forget about Chris Middleton. I mean, he's not a blow-you-away athlete, but he has really good length and a sweet stroke, and he can get his shot off anytime. Two shots.
And that one falls for Middleton. And you look at Chris Middleton, Clark. What doesn't he do well?
You know, there's not much. He does a little bit of everything well. He's a smart, versatile defender. He can command the double team with his scoring and punish the double team with his passing as well. He can hurt you a lot of different ways, Kevin.
Middleton hits them both.
Just solid. Really one of the very best there is at the free throw line.
The 76ers trail by 11. There's the dish to Covington. Pass to Dedmon. To the wing right side. And Buddy Hield is going to pick up the foul. That's his first foul. Dedmon kicks to Covington. To the middle. Here's Jackson. Fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points. So 1 free throw coming up.
Nicely done that time by Jackson, Kevin. So strong and athletic. And really solid fighting through contact and scoring.
Sacramento leading by 8. On the wing, Hield. Pass to Bull. Back to Hield. Let's go. And too long on the shot. For Philadelphia, they've gone 2 of 4 from the field since we started the final quarter of play. Jackson. The second effort. And they call the foul, so he's got the and one chance here to make it a 3-point play.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
The free throw drops for Jackson.
This is as good as it gets from the charity stripe here in the second.
Yeah, you know what? And I think they've just got to keep on keeping on. Keep drawing contact, attacking, getting to the line. That will certainly give them a chance to get back into the game.
Hield with it. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
Shooting 2.
Free throw drops for Hield. He's perfect from the line this time. The 76ers trail by 7. And over 2.5 minutes in the books here in the fourth. And it's Sacramento with the rebound. Pass to Bull. And Josh Jackson picks up the foul. That's foul number 2 for him. Over to the left wing. Bagley kicks to Middleton. Shot clock at 6. Now here's Hield. He's tightly guarded. Can't hit from the elbow. For Philadelphia, they've gone 3 of 8 here in the fourth quarter. To the inside. Up again.
Oh, I love that dish down low.
A bit under 3.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth. Ulis kicks to Covington. Here's the teardrop. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. It goes on Chris Middleton.
And Covington is always looking to shoot the ball. I mean, which in turn forces defenders to get extra aggressive with him when he's going up with the shot.
The first free throw is good.
Man, you got to love the intensity of Covington. I mean, he's a consistent shooter from beyond the arc, and he's a player that also isn't afraid to get dirty on the glass for rebounds. That's a nice combination, nice stroke, but still he'll do some dirty work too.
And both free throws good for Covington.
Well, he's got a great stroke from the line. That's not something we can say about all the league's big guys.
Middleton outside. And it's off from three-point range. The 76ers trail by 7. Down low. Here's Jackson. No good there. Great D that time for Middleton. Sacramento's gone 6 of 14 with the 3-ball tonight. Just a little over 40%. And the basket is good. 10 points for B.
Man, when he's got the height advantage down low, it's over. Forget about it. It's a wrap. You got to send more help if you're the defense.
And Philadelphia calls time here. Clark, if you were a general manager, and I think you'd make an outstanding one, during the pre-draft process in particular, a player has declined to work out for you. Would you still consider drafting?
Yeah, I would consider it. And again, there would be some extenuating circumstances. Why has he declined? What have we seen? Obviously, I'm hopeful that my scouting staff has taken a look at him, and I've seen the kid up close and in person and done my due diligence, so I've got a comfort level with who he is and what he can become. But I don't think the declining of a workout is enough reason to just dismiss a prospect that you like.
Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Well, over that last break, Kevin, I got a chance to hear what Brett Brown said to his team. He was begging them to step it up. He said, we've got to make the move now, or we're going to be out of time and out of luck. Give it everything you've got out there. Kevin?
Thanks, David. A nice shot by Booker.
And you know what? He's shaking off the cold shooting performance from the first half.
Antetokounmpo finds Cousins. Back to Antetokounmpo. There's the pass to Cousins. Off target from outside. The 76ers trail by 9. Booker looking around. This is it to Embiid. And here is Simmons. Over Young. Almost, but it rolls out. And here's Cousins. He'll bring it up for the Sacramento Kings. Inside. And it's Philadelphia with the rebound. Favors got 9 rebounds in the game. Getting it done. Booker outside. Again, Philadelphia. Kings leading now by 7. Young outside. Here's Antetokounmpo. Simmons pulls it in. The 76ers shooting in the fourth quarter has looked shabby, 38%. Kicks to Covington. Shot clock at 5. There's the 3. It's hauled in by the Kings. Cousins has got rebound number 9 now. What an effort here tonight. Here's Booker. That shot is off. Good D by Hield. Bull the pass to Young. And Cousins kicks to Antetokounmpo. Hield against Favors. Trying to get something going, and the rejection by Favors. Booker inside. Antetokounmpo defending. A nice shot by Booker.
He has a little bit of trickeration with that one. Gets that one to go against the limb.
Trickeration. I like that, partner. That's pretty strong word creation. And you've got to be creative, though, whether you're commentating or hooping, especially when you're going inside.
Here's Booker. He kicks it to Simmons. Over Young. Cousins pulls it in. Cousins has got 11 rebounds in the game. Bull, that's good. And it's a 9-point Sacramento lead.
That's just too easy. I mean, you can't let him post you like that.
Yeah, where's your fight? You got to show more fight than that.
Here's Simmons. Kicks it out to Booker. And it's rebounded by DeMarcus Cousins. Cousins has got 12 rebounds here tonight. Big time effort. Hield dishes to Young.
Boy, he has been cold for a while now.
Yeah, he has been, and he's got to find his stroke because he's holding back his team as a result of his poor shooting.
Simmons against Young. Hit the hook shot. The shot missing. And Sacramento will go the other way with it. Booker against Hield. Comes up empty down low.
He's been anything but his usual self this quarter. It's actually been ugly to see.
Kicks it out to Booker. Dishes it to Simmons. Good. A nice assist from Booker. Booker's got 6 assists here tonight.
And the fourth quarter just has not been kind. Only 1 bucket in 5 attempts.
Here's Cousins. Favors with the rebound. The 76ers trail by 7. Here's Booker. The putback. It's good on the putback. And that's a double-double for him now. 10 points and 17 rebounds.
You like Embiid's confidence and willingness to step up in the big moment.
Now a timeout called by Sacramento. Now the presentation of our Jordan Player of the Game, Marvin Bagley.
And his focus, guys, has been laser sharp, and his touch from the field, flawless. The teammates have worked hard to get him the ball in some good positions, and boy, has he rewarded them with a spectacular shooting performance. Great call to keep running all those sets for him.
And he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a 3-point play chance here for him. So it'll be Giannis Antetokounmpo shooting. That's on Josh Jackson.
What's up?
That's good from Antetokounmpo.
You know, since entering the league at age 18, Antetokounmpo has really grown. The Greek Freak, now one of the league's premier talents, no doubt.
Right side, Simmons.
Shooting for Philadelphia, Joel Embiid at the line for 2.
And he knocks down the first one. And he makes the first but misses the second. And so Antetokounmpo will bring it up for the Sacramento Kings. They've led by as many as 11 points. Middleton. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
Versatility in an offensive player always appealing to me. And Chris Middleton is one of those guys who's got great versatility.
And now Sacramento on the break. Antetokounmpo running. 1:46 left in the fourth quarter. They get the rebound. And with that shot, the Kings lead is cut down to 7 on the bucket from Simmons.
What an incredible effort from Simmons, using his length extremely well when he's crashing the glass.
Pass to Antetokounmpo. Rebound by Joel Embiid. Embiid's got his 18th rebound here tonight, all over the place. Jackson kicks to Booker. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
Shooting for Philadelphia, Devin Booker at the line for 2.
So the first one drops, and that trims the lead to 6. Both free throws good from Booker.
And good, aggressive basketball on that trip, drawing the foul, converting the free throws, and then also narrowing the gap.
Bagley, here's Antetokounmpo. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
Man, that was a remarkable pump fake from Antetokounmpo. I mean, he's really good at selling that shot fake.
The first one, and that increases their lead to 6. And he cannot convert on the second. That misses. Philadelphia has gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. There's Embiid. Young with the steal. Pushing it up. Here's Bagley. Great D that time from Favors.
That's what we're talking about in terms of the activity level defensively. You got to protect the rim.
Textbook defense all around. Nice job at contesting the shot without fouling, and that's how you do it. Well done.
At the elbow, it's Antetokounmpo. And Antetokounmpo slams it in.
And now they are probably too far ahead. It's going to be nearly impossible to get back in this one.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one, Greg. I mean, they're in a groove right now. Up big, hard to envision them losing this lead.
And the 76ers call time here. They trail by 8. 36 seconds left in the fourth quarter. What do you think, guys?
I mean, it's iffy that there's enough time to even get a quick shot and a foul.
I agree with you. Time is not on their side, but that's really their only hope, so I'm sure that's what they'll try to do. 2 shots, Bagley.
He hits the first one, and that narrows the gap to 7. And he makes both free throws. 29 seconds left to play here in the fourth. And they go to the intentional foul.
Two shots.
Good on the first, and that makes it a 7-point lead.
And, of course, all the comparisons to Steph Curry. Young just trying to be the best version of himself. And we've already seen the upside.
And so both free throws are good. And it's an 8-point game. And Philadelphia calls time here. They're down by 8. We've got 28 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Here's Booker. Wants to get it to Simmons and does. Count the basket. Simmons got 32 points.
Hey, when the game is tight and snug, Simmons rises to the occasion, effortlessly capitalizing when his team desperately needs him to do so. Shooting 2.
Good on the first, and that makes it a 7-point lead. Second one is good. Being both at the line, and it's an 8-point game. This one just all but in the books.
Yeah, too many points, not enough time.
No problem knocking that one down.
Man, I so appreciate Jackson's commanding presence. There's an aura about this kid, especially when the game's on the line. He's looking to step center stage.
Penalty situation. Shooting Sacramento. Giannis Antetokounmpo. 2 shots.
2 shots.
He drops the first one, and that makes it a 7-point lead. So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's an 8-point game. And Simmons has got the ball here for the 76ers. Pass to Jackson. At the top of the key, Favors. Here's Embiid, covered by Hield. Jackson from long range. Some solid defense from Antetokounmpo. So it's Sacramento picking up the win. This was a very strong showing for him, Greg. Not necessarily a runaway win, but one they'll feel very good about.
And let's face it, anytime you can go on the road and win in the fashion they did, you have to feel good about it. Really an outstanding effort all the way around.
It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks very much, DeMarcus. Congrats on the win. We know how tense you are on the floor, but it looked like tonight maybe you're having a little fun out there.
That's the thing. I'm just trying to come out here and have fun. I got a lot going for myself, and I'm too blessed to be out here frowning all the time. So I'm going to try to keep a smile on my face.
Well, it's a good look for you, man. Congrats again. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. See you next time.